Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. One take and uncut. Just so you guys know, I'm working on growing the second channel, and then I've also opened up a membership site for Kevin Cage. So again, it's on the YouTube channel if you want to join or check it out. I appreciate any and all support as always. So right here, XR Plumber. Looky, so Forbes Crypto shared this for 2020, the Blockchain 50 list, a list of billion-dollar companies doing meaningful work with blockchain. So to no surprise, of course, Ripple's included. This is all alphabetical order. So of course, Amazon, Baidu, of course, we're familiar. Broadridge, we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of connections with the great researchers in the community. Citigroup, Coinbase, Credit Suisse or Swiss. Let's see, Facebook, GE, I know ING, HSBC. We see a lot of RippleNet partners, of course. ING based out of Netherlands. We got, let's see, Microsoft, NASDAQ, blah, blah, blah. You get it. Anyways, right to Ripple. You can see the blockchain platform, the XRP ledger. Brad Garlinghouse sold 500 million XRP in 2019, surpassed 300 enterprise customers. And as I always say, but I'll repeat for newcomers, you have to realize the customers that are indirect customers of the platform, where, if you really want to actually just go by the numbers, when you include massive groups like Finastra, it's well over 10,000. And that is not an exaggeration, guys. I've done videos literally just going over each and every fact. All right. Next up, so Jungle Link just sharing this before we get into some more information. So this is a guy that he knows. This is Billy. He always says, don't be a Billy. This is what happened in 2016 and then when he FOMO'd back in. So check this out. These are the buy orders. So he bought XRP. I believe this is on January 11th or either November 11th of 2018. And look at this. At $1.95. Then he bought at $2.78. And then he sold at half, literally less than half a penny. Okay, or half a penny. That is insane, guys. Do not be a Billy, whatever you do. Honestly, the whole methodology is to buy low, sell high. But a lot of people that are not experienced investors that do not have, the ability to master their emotions or just lack the experience, this does happen to. All right, I have some friends that have done this in the past, and it just makes me facepalm. All right, next up, so Mr. BXRP sharing this. This is an article by AMB Crypto. Take a close look at this. So right here, the table showed how the massive rally was the first and the second alt season. So December 2017 to January 2018. These are combined rallies showing XRP and other cryptocurrencies to date price appreciation. As we can see, the first alt season, XRP surged 4,474%. Next alt season was December to January 14th. And this is, they surged over 1,200%. And the next December 2016 to January 2018, this is the total combined percentage rise in price. XRP surged 52,297%, leaving every other cryptocurrency in the dust. When you combine all of the bull seasons in the history, XRP has still outperformed them. Now, this is literally nothing compared to what is coming in the days ahead. This is, early on, spec days, not true volume running on the ledger. We have more enterprise customers than any other blockchain. There is no question that obviously XRP is going to be the protocol to tackle the payments problem, which is arguably the first most true use case for blockchain and cross-border payments. Then when you can go into DeFi, of course, there's other projects I'm looking at, and I believe that many, many projects can and will succeed. And I hope there's a lot of, competition in the space that drives innovation. Right here, XRP Crypto Wolf, just a cool little use case. So the Union of European Football Associations, UEFA, said they'll use a blockchain application to distribute over 1 million tickets to fans' mobile phones. Again, they're trying to facilitate ticket distribution to what is expected to be the most in-demand UEFA Cup ever. So I thought that was pretty cool, shared by Cointelegraph. Next, I Am Legion. Not sure if this has been shared before, so check this out. This is dated back from 2016, the Financial Stability Review. So really quick, I already was kind of reading through it, but I'm not sure I'll really have to. Basically just talking about, they got Karen Gifford and Jesse Chang. Of course, we're familiar with that name from Ripple talking here, and this is dated back. Of course, we got Ripple, the protocol relies on participants maintaining individual lists of trusted partners, on successive rounds of voting to validate additions to the blockchain. And keep in mind the Internet of Value, IOV, a lot of the talking points. We got Karen Gifford here talking a little bit more about this and the wave of innovation occurring in fintech space. And again, this is all about the implementation of real-time settlement, not messaging. This is truly settling via XRP on the XRP ledger for banks using decentralized ledger technology or distributed. Now you can argue, the spectrum from centralized to, maybe distributed and then decentralized 100%. But for a system, guys, you have to be realistic. I'm here to make money. And at the end of the day, nothing is going to be, 100% centralized. We already know Bitcoin is 100% decentralized. We all already know Bitcoin, Ethereum. When you look at the actual groups and the ownership, those protocols are not decentralized entirely either. So we're trying to get away from centralized and get to become as distributed as possible. I would say decentralized is considered to be the far side of the spectrum. All right, so pretty cool there. And then, of course, I am Legion here just sharing a little bit more Ripple protocol, bank-to-bank fund transfers. And keep in mind, guys, this is dated back to 2016, before, many of the bull runs that we know. All right, and XRP came out of the ashes and truly came to compete with Bitcoin early on. And you can argue that it was way before Bitcoin with OpenCoin in the project. But, to each their own. There's different ways to look at it. All right. And again, this was with bilateral messaging to, exchange FX rates, get everything to reduce counterparty risk, to get everything confirmed and then send. So initiate the payments, confirm the payments. There's really just like two movements in this whole thing. And it's going to replace the archaic system infrastructure in place today. And there's not a doubt in my mind. And I wholeheartedly believe that XRP will have a massive slice of this pie. All right, this one is really cool. So Ryan Zagone, we talk about this guy all the time. I love how he just tells it how it is and really represents Ripple. This is from 2016 as well. And I'm showing you this and you guys can go, oh, old news. Well, I'm tying this together to show you how deep the rabbit hole really goes. So I am Legion again. So accelerators to an inclusive digital payments ecosystem. And I guess I don't really need to read all of this if you guys just want to get a Twitter and follow this. But basically, there's a few points for digital payments accelerators. Of course, promote merchant acceptance infrastructure, which they're doing. Leverage existing networks or platforms to deliver digital payment products and services. Next, establish a shared infrastructure for players. Remember, this is to allow interoperability. All right, so even right here, P2B, P2P, and then P2G. Next, establish interoperability. Okay. 5, develop a unique identification program. Next, digitize routine use cases. Next, digitize government payments. And then the last 3, digitize government receipts. Next, establish regulations that promote innovation in the digital payments ecosystem while promoting responsible practices. And then 10, implement policies that incentivize and improve the convenience of digital payments, right? In various ways as well to incentivize. You need to incentivize not only the FIs and adopters, but also the market makers, also the regulators. There's so many moving parts and cogs in this wheel, right? So as we can see here, USAID, U.S. Department of Treasury, Central Bank of the Philippines, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Keep in mind the connection to Moja Loop. Keep in mind Moja is Swahili for one. So one loop, and this is basically to help the unbanked. And we've talked a lot about that in the connections with Ripple in particular. Got Visa, MasterCard, and then Ryan Zagone from Ripple. Ooh, I'm out of breath. All right, and then right here, of course, highlighting Ryan Zagone from Ripple for generously providing their time, insights, and contributing their financial perspectives on digitizing payments. All right, and then you can see here accelerators to, it's all AWS. So cool to see that. All right. Next, the daily Huddle, and this is hold on for dear life. Some people say Huddle, some say Hodl, tomato, tomato. So the 4 key factors fueling Bitcoin and crypto's big start to 2020. So we can go down here, talking about the rallies, and basically the 4 criteria or factors fueling Bitcoin and crypto's big start are just this, and I'm just going to go through them briefly. So we got new record low volatility. That is something natural as the price appreciates, of course. I think Bitcoin is heavily manipulated. Will it succeed? I'm not sure. I really do hope so. I have nothing against it. I want all boats to rise. All right. So with Bitcoin, with all these crazy predictions of, 50,000 to, 400,000 per Bitcoin, I'm not sure. I'm not the one that's going to tell you what's possible or what isn't, because life is already crazy enough, whether it goes to 0 or 1 million. Right. Next, so talking about record low volatility, we got search of Bitcoin in China and worldwide surged. Okay, so Google, of course, and then the regulators. There's a lot of gray areas with Bitcoin overall. Again, drop in market dominance on a daily basis. I'm going to show you a few projects I'm looking at briefly, and I'll talk about them more and more in the future. And then, of course, with the the virus, the V word, I don't want to say it to get demonetized off YouTube. And then the expectations of QE, quantitative easing. There's just a lot going on, and they still will not call it QE as of late. All right. So next, this is just on Coin Paprika. These are a few projects I'm looking at. Okay. So it is frustrating. Of course, I told you guys I bought some Tezos, I bought some, Link, I bought some Cosmos or, Atom. And of course, they're all doing well. 10%. Look, Tezos up 17%. This is up almost 9%. And then XRP just fluctuates between that 27-cent mark to 33 cents. Back and forth, back and forth. This is why I believe XRP is the one. It is just literally, it's honestly more secure and stable than the US dollar at this point, especially if you're lucky enough and you guys didn't buy at $1, $3.50 and you're down and you use this bear market to your advantage and you were dollar cost averaging the whole time and you are in the green or at least close to it. Maybe you break even at 35 cents or 40 cents. Honestly, you are in a great position. Better than most. And keep in mind, some people are worried about, their bag size compared to someone else and another investor. Guys, I was saying this the other day. It's not the size of your crypto bag in your portfolio that matters. It truly is how you use it. So intelligent diversification between projects, there's trading. Some people even, if you only have, 1,000 XRP or 10,000 XRP and some other guy has 100,000 XRP, if you hold longer than him or her, they can make a world of difference. All right. There's so many factors in this space. So I just wanted to emphasize that. All right. And then all this talk about, Bank of America, guys. I know Great Gatsby was even pointing out, Bank of America using RippleNet should be no surprise. We've talked about this before as well. They were in the same building right in San Francisco. I remember making a video about this last year, just showing the connections in the financial industry. Should be no surprise. This is literally just old news circulating. I don't know if they're trying to pump the markets or what. And then even Yeshua Taylor, awesome content on Twitter as well and good YouTube channel. So check it out. He literally just says, when I see Ripple top level execs leaving, and we'll go over that in a future video, he goes, I don't sense people are getting fired or sick of their job at Ripple. I smell that the mission has been accomplished. And when you accomplish the mission, wouldn't you move on to the next one? And I tend to agree with that sentiment. Other people will say I'm being hopeful and unrealistic. And I guess I'll just kind of scoff and smile at that because from my research, guys, I just wholeheartedly believe what is coming. All right, and then to finish off here, so XRP_Gonzo, just sharing this. This is an article by Cointelegraph, and he made a good point. A lot of people are just reading the title, not really reading the articles. And just take a look at this. So we're just going to go over this. This is MoneyGram, of course, the second largest MSB and a huge partner of Ripple. Ripple at a $50 million strategic investment is the wording they use, ownership with them. So check this out. Today, MoneyGram is utilizing Ripple's on-demand liquidity product, which is literally XRP, which allows MoneyGram to trade FX at a corporate level using XRP. Guys, keep in mind, this is the open source protocol you are owning a piece of before regulations kick in and before the price is going to skyrocket. It's a back-end treasury function that's not consumer-facing. The technology is helping to solve the most expensive and time-consuming aspect of the current process by reducing the amount of money the company needs to park around the world, these pre-funded accounts, which will eventually reduce working capital needs. Honestly, I could not say that better. That was very concise and eloquent. I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, huge things ahead. Stay in there. If I can do one thing with this YouTube channel is I'm not trying to get people to FOMO into XRP because obviously I'm beyond excited, but I just want people to realize you are better off holding this long term in reaping the rewards because the upside is just too high to ignore. I believe, people that are going to sell or give up now or sell all of their holdings to chase other projects will have massive regret because when the price kicks off, I personally believe that once the floodgates, move and break down, there's no turning back. So with that, guys, I appreciate it as always. Be sure to check out that membership on the YouTube channel. It should be popping up some point today. I appreciate all that like and share. And until next time, thanks.